Okay, visualize this. A pitch black room, no lights at all. 10 random strangers have to sit together in that room for 20 minutes. Sounds rather creepy, right? A few weeks back, I had the privilege of participating as a facilitator at the In the Dark Lab at the Happiness Journey in Design District. And believe me, those moments in the dark were the most enlightening sessions I have ever experienced. So I'd like to share some excerpts with you. When we look at happiness, what springs to mind? Rainbows, butterflies, light? Lots of light, right? But what do we often forget to see and forget to talk about? An integral component of happiness, which is darkness. How do you know you are happy if you've never experienced being unhappy? Now, you've been walking around in the bright sunlight all day, completely unaware of it. When you step out from this dark room back into that light, you are going to be ever so much more aware of and grateful for that light. Awareness and gratitude that you now have only because you've experienced darkness. So when we look back at the dark moments in our own lives, in hindsight, we can see that those were the moments in which we grew. We became stronger. We became aware of abilities and skills that we never knew we had. And we became empowered. That enabled us to bring happiness back into our lives and into the lives of others around us. Who doesn't appreciate a beautiful flower in full bloom or a mighty tree standing tall and strong? They are there for us to admire only because a tiny seed was buried deep into the dark earth, far from the light and air. Now that seed had to stay strong and focused on its purpose. It had to send down roots as deep down as they would go into the ground. It had to send a shoot up as strong as it could be so it could break through the earth into the light, where it would become what it was meant to be. Now, if that seed were to freak out and say, "Oh my God, I'm buried in this dark earth and I can't get out," and focus all its energies on that thought, it would shrivel up and wither and never fulfill its life's purpose. For instance, we're in this dark room, and if we were to just look around and focus all our energy and thoughts on just how dark it is, we would drive ourselves mad with despair. But if we were to shift our focus to where we want to be, in the light, we would see that the light is just a curtain away. Then we would get up and walk to the curtain, open it, and step into the light. What if you changed the filter with which you are looking at the darkness? Instead of seeing something terrible and terrifying, change the filter. Focus instead on what you are gaining from the darkness. Focus on now knowing what you want, because you now know what you don't want. Focus on the roots that you are now putting down. Focus on the resources that you are building up to break through the darkness and into the light that always follows darkness, because everything passes, even darkness, if you just stay strong and focus on what comes after. And then you can reach out and claim your happiness. Claim your place in the sun with the strength that you have built up in the darkness. And let the empowered, stronger, improved you break through your darkness and blossom in the sun.